So my name's Adam Taylor, and I have explored the Medway Estuary with my dear friends for the last 15 years. And there is not an area, there's not a mud bank, sand bank, creek, salt marsh or island that we do not know. And this presentation is basically showing you the best of what is on the Medway Estuary, so that you don't necessarily have to go there. I wasn't meant to get a laugh, but I'll take it. So the point is that if you do want to go to the Medway Estuary or visit some of these islands, I would caveat this presentation by saying you must get the express permission of the landowner, and if you do go, then you'd go at the least impactful time for the birds. And I should add that an inflatable canoe and granite, a good marriage do not make. So that's another story. We didn't get a leak until after this little adventure. So we thought, yeah, great idea. Let's go down to the lower level. So there we are, coming through the main entrance. It was a bit hairy because you have to. It's like water displacement. So as you go underneath this rusted portcullis with these big rusted edges, you have to push on the ceiling into the water to get underneath it. So it was a bit hair-raising there. So we went midsummer. We were in our t-shirts and some of us were wearing shorts, and it was very nice. But then when we got down to the lower level, we realised that actually it was quite cold because no sunshine gets down there. So it's quite cold. And the other thing was, as we were paddling around, you can't quite see around the corners, so it's quite dark. There's lots of little corners going on. And also when you put your paddle into the water, the ripples bouncing off the wall in different areas. And the sound is echoing off the casement wall, so it's coming off from all sorts of different angles. And it was actually quite scary. It was actually quite disorientating. So as we came round, you've got the water that's black here, so it's like jet black almost. And you know the water's only that deep, but because you've got this disorientation going on, the weird sounds, where's that coming from? Almost like whispering in the walls kind of thing. And it's cold, and it's jet black water, and you think, well, maybe it's deeper. Is something going to come out of that water? Absolutely terrifying. So these tankers that he found from the site of the pub. Very excited about that, and I said to Dennis, I said, yeah, this is amazing, but how do you know that it came from this pub? The pub was called the Isle of Beauty, I should add. And so he said, well, look, let's shine our mobile phone camera lights on it, and we'll have a look. And so here, you've got some inscription going on there, and for the benefits of the presentation, I've kind of filled it in a bit with red. So essentially you've got G.E. Norris, so census records tell us that there was a George Ezekiel Norris that was the landlord of the pub. Ezekiel, fantastic Victorian name.
Enough kids called Ezekiel.
Wonderful name, wonderful name. And then down here, you've got Isle of Beauty. So not only is the name of, I didn't know they did this in Victorian times, you had the name of the landlord, and you also had the name of the pub, especially a ramshackle pub on a marshy island in the middle of the estuary. So I was very excited about finding this, and I shared this with my friends, and they got very excited. And I did say to Dennis, I said, can I have them? And he said no. This is a closer look at the barrack hut. So as you can see, we're canoeing in and out of it at high tide. Also, as you can see, the damp-proof coarse membrane is completely failed. And what the seals do is there's always threes for some strange reason in this particular part of the estuary, and they pop their head up and they look around, they dive back underneath the canoe, they come back over the other side, and when they pop their head up, you can hear them breathing. And when you can hear them breathing, so it's like a magical moment, because these are wild animals, like less than half a mile away from one of the most populous parts of North Kent, certainly in the southeast of England, and very 40 miles from London. These wild animals, these wonderful seals that you see, but they only pop their head up for like maybe 2-3 seconds if you're lucky. So to get these pictures, we took a lot of pictures of empty water. Thank you very much for listening.